Okay, hey, welcome back. This is AOTP with Corey and Sean.
That's us.
Hello.
Yeah, good to see everybody again. If you did indeed show up the last two episodes. Again, we're still sorry about that whole Sean episode a few weeks back.
He's not. He got over
Hey,
it.
we didn't like it either.
I did. I had fun
Actually,
with it.
yeah, Casey had fun with it. You know what? This week,
You got poo thrown on you.
take it and like it, good sir.
I don't know.
But what I want to talk about, this week, I went to see the Deadpool versus Wolverine movie.
As did I.
Yeah, two of us did, which is good because the two that everybody likes hearing talking. Not
That's me.
not the other guy.
No, he was saying you were the one we don't.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was the joke.
It's not funny when we have to explain it.
No, it's not. Unless we have to explain it to a great extent in which you have no choice but to laugh. I've done that before. But the thing about the Wolverine, or Deadpool and Wolverine movie is
Awesome.
it was so fucking awesome. I found myself like, well, Disney finally got one right.
It's been it's been forever since I even went to the movies. The last Marvel movie I saw in theaters was Endgame, and I loved Endgame. That was good, but Deadpool and Wolverine, I was completely happy with it. It was nothing I didn't really like, and I was dumbfounded that I was like, wait, Disney, the people that fucking ruined Star Wars because somehow Palpatine's alive, who ruined all of these IPs, and they made this.
Well, the communist lesbian space witches probably brought him back or something like that.
Probably.
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
They're just making it up as they go along at this point.
Well, that was 1,000 years.
It doesn't really matter. They put a spell on him 1,000 years before he was ever born.
I think I can figure out, though, why this movie did better than other ones. And that's because it's not a Disney movie. It is a Ryan Reynolds movie with the Disney logo on it.
True.
I agree.
In interviews, Ryan Reynolds flat out said that the studio just had faith in him and knew that they would make a good product. And initially, if I remember correctly, when they first announced the movie, they did say that they wanted to aim for PG-13, and Ryan Reynolds was like, hell no, not a chance. And Disney relented, and they let it happen, and
They're like, you're going to make us the money?
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
They saw the success that the first two had, and that Deadpool character, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool character, the formula clearly worked. And I'll bet they saw that, and they saw money signs, dollar signs.
of course, I mean, because wasn't Deadpool 1, I don't know about 2, but didn't Deadpool 1, that was one of the highest grossing R-rated movies ever, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, apparently this one is now, Deadpool and Wolverine is the highest grossing R-rated opening week or whatever.
As it should be. I
Yeah.
want to go see it again.
Me too. I wanna go see it again.
I liked it that much, and I never go see a movie in the theaters twice typically.
Not only was it a great movie as far as it was a great Deadpool movie, and Wolverine's character was awesome in it too, the fact that they brought back so many characters that have just been thrown away in Marvel movies before.
Sandra is gonna be pity when she sees what we caught. Can't run.
I love the way they did that. They finally let Channing Tatum be Gambit.
Finally.
Finally, and I loved his Gambit. I really liked it. I loved the fact that the costume was straight out of the 1997 cartoon, and his Cajun dialect was just
Atrocious.
and hilarious at the same time. I thought it was great.
One more word. Please give me one. Gubernatorial.
And then, of course, West Virginia roots here. Jennifer Garner
as Elektra.
as Elektra. It's like I remember not even wanting to watch the Elektra movie after the original Deadpool or the original Daredevil movie that she was in.
That movie was shit.
It was, and she did no favors for herself. And then they gave her her own movie.
They sparred in a
spin-off of it.
playground. They sparred in a fucking playground.
It wasn't just sparring.
Wait, what
it
was this?
In the
in
Daredevil.
the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
Ben Huflick Daredevil.
They were sparring, but it wasn't just like, oh, we're throwing some shadow punches.
So does every guy have to go through all this just to find out your name?
Try asking for my number.
They were flipping on seesaws and shit like that.
and fucking
Like,
swings.
wait a minute, this guy is trying to hide his identity as Daredevil. He's a harmless blind lawyer, but somehow he's able to fight like this. It's like it was.
That might give it away.
That's it. It was a wire fighting mess.
Yeah,
And
it was terrible.
It was. Oh God.
I'm so glad they don't do that anymore.
And I love the fact that in
CGI's
Deadpool and Wolverine, that Jennifer Garner actually acknowledged that.
Yeah.
When she said, when they were like, "Oh, the Daredevil, you're Daredevil, he died," and she's like, "I'm okay with it," considering Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck's tumultuous history. You know.
I mean, with all of Disney's missteps as of late, I mean, it doesn't matter what they've touched. They've been so preoccupied with being woke and pandering to
message.
whatever special interest bullshit they
for
can.
modern audiences.
It's like latching onto it that I thought, okay, well, I mean, Deadpool he's such a like wacky all over the place character that it would be hard for them to fuck up. But I was.
You not remember his original X-Men debut, though?
I agree.
Well,
That's it. That shows how it can be fucked up. It absolutely can be. And I was worried that Disney might fuck it up because they tend to fuck shit up these days.
But the original Deadpool 2, Ryan Reynolds, when he signed on to do it, he told him, he's like, "This is not Deadpool." And they were like, "Well, if you don't do it, we're going to get somebody else." So he did it just because he didn't want to see somebody else do it. And then after they, the only reason that they made the full Deadpool movie in the first place was because Ryan Reynolds released the test footage that they did.
Which
And,
that test, I remember that test footage. It was awesome. It was better than the Wolverine movie.
But it was so funny because Ryan Reynolds was like, I don't know who released that. It's weird.
It's like funny. It's got your voice on it. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just recorded on his Nokia phone, and it's just like, hey, look, here's the part that I'm at, and then Deadpool comes out.
But then the whole
I don't know
thing,
who it was.
The whole thing about that test footage. What was great about it, it was so good they made it the opening of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like,
And,
okay, they were onto something, and I think Disney saw that this time. Was like, well, we better not mess with this one too much.
Yeah. Like Amazon, they saw the writing on the wall. They saw how popular Lord of the Rings was, and they still dicked with it with Rings of Power and screwed it up.
Paramount with...
Oh, my God.
I'll bet he's going to say Halo.
No.
No.
The SpongeBob movie.
Yeah.
I like the one with Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Antonio Banderas, though?
I like who doesn't like SpongeBob.
He's
I
a
love
sexy
that.
man.
He was, even as a pirate in that movie. I thought, he is still so attractive.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, and here we are, drifting off like Deadpool would in thinking about Antonio Banderas.
I just remember an interview with a vampire. That long, luscious hair.
I don't recall that. It's been so long since I can't remember that movie at all.
Anyway.
Yeah, here we go again.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
Yeah.
It's neither here nor there.
Back to Disney fucking
it's
everything
there,
up.
all right.
But
Disney fucking everything up.
But no, I just, like I said, with Deadpool and Wolverine, you're right. I think they saw, what was already there, and they were like, yeah, we probably better not fuck with this too much.
But see, I was skeptical because they saw what was already there with the Star Wars crowd, and the Star Wars crowd, we've already talked about how it's a rabid fan base.
Well,
there's nobody more.
Here's the
rabid than
difference
Star
is
Wars
that
dorks.
with Deadpool, you said it already when they were like, hey, we want to make Deadpool PG-13, and Ryan Reynolds was like, the fuck you are.
No.
So they came to Star Wars, and Star Wars ever since like the prequels have been like, we're here to sell toys, we're here to reach the quote unquote broader audience, and
That's
there was
true.
nobody at any point stopped them and said, no, you're not going to that point, which is why it's one of those things that people say. It's like, gatekeep your hobbies. People will be like, oh, well, if you gatekeep your hobbies, you're not going to get a bunch of new people in.
The power of one. The power of two. The power of many.
And a bunch of
I get
a bunch of hobbies that have gotten new people in have later said, I would have rather my franchise died than end up where it's at now. So,
All right, let's do this. Maximum effort.
Well, back to the
Sorry.
the Deadpool fan base also. I mean, they have some very specific expectations.
Oh, yeah.
And a PG-13 movie with Deadpool in it is nothing that any Deadpool fan is going to buy.
No,
people get Deadpool tattoos.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're going to complain about my kid can't go watch Deadpool, do what Ryan Reynolds said. You take him, you put on Spider-Man 2, you have him watch that, you tell him that it's Deadpool. That's what Deadpool would want.
yeah, but again,
We took our
like,
kids to see Deadpool.
Yeah, I took Gunner to it. I mean, he didn't understand.
Well,
like,
yeah, but the people asking this is like, oh, hey, my
My
8-year-old.
6-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. It's way too advanced for a 6-year-old. I get that, but I
and
mean, it's
Gunner's 12. Like he didn't understand the previous movies. Like he understood the jokes. You know, he just didn't know because he hadn't seen like the original X-Men movies and all that kind of stuff. He just didn't understand the historicals.
He didn't understand
and the significance
jokes.
of certain
Yeah, certain characters.
I mean, Juggernaut, Azazel, he was in there. I mean, there were so many of them in there.
Yeah.
It's like
Psylocke.
Psylocke, yeah.
Like she
Was in Age of the Apocalypse.
Age of Apocalypse. She was I think she was like one of his henchmen or something, and then turned at the end or something like that.
And they had Paul Rudd's Giant Man be, the base.
Yeah. Well, that's in the comics actually.
Yeah.
That's Old Man Logan
Yeah.
from those comics, and that was awesome. I loved it because they were like, I loved the joke. Paul Rudd finally aged.
Yeah. Like, I love that. And Chris Evans in it was fantastic.
That was like Chris Evans was absolutely perfect. Like they couldn't have done him any better.
You're not gonna love what happens next.
Oh my god. Like, oh my god, he's gonna say it.
Oh my god, he's gonna say it! Say what? Avengers Assemble! Sorry, what now?
No, they absolutely could not have. I mean, it was the most Deadpool cameo I have ever fucking seen in any movie ever. It was so beautiful.
And the post credits.
Even better.
Like it was like I said, if you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, go do yourself a favor and go see it because it's
Absolutely
it's
go
amazing.
see it. Disney got this one right. I mean,
for the first time in a long time.
And it's not like we're dogging Disney. Like last night, I actually watched a Disney movie, and it was universally shit canned, and that was The Jungle Cruise with The Rock. And I get why it's not for everybody. It's but I thought it was just a fun movie. And they didn't really push any kind of social agenda with it. It was just...
It was a movie.
It was a movie. It was fun.
It's something to sit down and eat popcorn and watch.
Yeah.
Like it's not...
Like that's it. There wasn't too much thought that I had to put into it. I loved it.
And Disney could be right back on top if they just kept that formula from now on.
Yeah,
Like,
get rid of the fucking politics. Get rid of the woke nonsense. Get rid of the fucking pandering to special interest groups. And I think that, they're right back where they were.
And the thing is, I don't think the special interest groups, all the people they're pandering to, they're not even watching the shit to begin with.
No.
So what's the point?
It's like the Star Wars, the whatever that show was we did the episode on.
The Acolyte.
Yeah.
Oh, I've already forgot. I thought it was the.
You're gonna
really
have to
forgot.
It's
force
forgettable.
him to sit down and watch it so that you can remember it next time.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
That's the whole thing is they made that specifically for a group that was never Star Wars fans.
Wrap your minds around this. Oh, maybe broke it. Oh, sweet Jesus, I think I broke it.
So what's the fucking point? They're not going to watch it.
And
It's like it's not like there's a group of people sitting there like, well, if there were more lesbians in Star Wars, I'd watch it.
yeah, nobody says that.
No, nobody fucking says that because it's in a galaxy far, far away. Their sexual orientations might not even be the same as ours here.
Well, actually, George Lucas, when he was in charge of it, now of course it's different now, but George
Back
Lucas,
to gatekeeping stuff. George Lucas said that if he had known how Star Wars would be right now, he would have never sold the IP.
well, sure, but
I think we're circling around the same point.
well, no, what he said,
You're jerking around the same point.
what George Lucas said was it was actually when he was filming the original trilogies when he made his mind up about it. He said absolutely there is no sex, there's no inferences. Now, of course, there's a couple kisses between Han Solo and Leia, but he even made Leia or Carrie Fisher tape her boobs down because he didn't want them jiggling while she was running. He said, "I want no sexuality in
And
any
then he
of
stuck
these
her in the
movies."
metal bikini in Jedi. So.
Well, but that's still
Everybody
that's
can
not-
realize
She
that
was a
they've
slave
made
girl.
mistakes, okay?
She was a slave.
That wasn't George Lucas's view. That was Jabba the Hutt's view.
Yes.
And it's not like she was a sex slave.
And-
She was just there for
And
show.
George Lucas's perceptions and feelings do not necessarily reflect those of Jabba the Hutt. So
Let's hope not. Oh my God! I think we've made our point with this one. I mean, is there anything else that we feel that Disney should do better, has done better? I mean, deserves a little more credit for? Because honestly, I think Deadpool changed my opinion of what they can do.
Well, yeah.
or what they're willing to do. I'll
see
say.
that right there is the problem, because Deadpool and Wolverine was so fucking good that it's kind of like when you have a kid that like you've seen them do something super intelligent, take apart a radio, put it back together, work on engines, whatever. You've seen them do something so intelligent, but then they bring home like C's and D's and they on their report card, and you're like, I know you're better than
So they're
this.
underachieving in your mind. Yes.
Like Disney, that's what I mean. It's like Disney, this movie, Deadpool and Wolverine, it absolutely shows that Disney is 100% capable. They're just not.
they're not
that's-
willing to.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off, is that they're fine with just half-assing it, just throw out the next garbage,
Like,
whatever.
ultimately, I don't think we're unique in being pissed off by that. It's like everybody has better. Look what Disney has put out before.
And look what they're doing right now with the new Captain America movie is with what's his name, Sam
Wilson.
Falcon, whatever,
Samuel L. Jackson.
where he's basically
He might be in it.
They have done so many reshoots and rewrites and they've like kicked it out, and that's because I think just like the Marvels, they know it's shit, so they're trying to just shore it up and polish this turd and get it out there. It's what I mean is it's people that like they're putting people in charge of something who have no fucking business writing movies or being in charge of that, and they should put people that are actually creative and know what the hell they're doing.
And also have a very good working knowledge of the source material.
Yeah.
Because it's there for them.
Yeah. I mean, just like, the writers of Rings of Power, how they said they never didn't know anything about Lord of the Rings. They laughed at the source material, and then
you shouldn't be working on it.
It's science.
Yeah. That's
And then
what I
you've
mean.
got behind the scenes films of the Lord of the Rings trilogy where you've got Peter Jackson and multiple characters sitting there reading over the passages in the books that they're doing to be
To
like,
make sure they get it right and do it justice.
And Viggo Mortensen, who did his own wardrobe, he took care of his own outfits, all of his weapons, because he was very serious about his characters.
So basically, Hollywood as a whole, the people making the movies need to better understand what they're making and put
Yeah.
the right people in charge of them.
yeah, if you want to create an entirely new IP and make it exactly the way you want it, do that.
Do that. There's
Go for it.
nothing
and
wrong
then
with that
you'll
at all.
get shot down for some rehash of
No,
an 80s
no.
movie.
I mean, no, not a bit. But
No, I'm saying that's what the people that are giving you the money to make the movie are going to
Oh,
do. They're
well-
gonna be like, we don't want to do
You're
this.
probably right.
well, yeah, we
Make
want to
another RoboCop remake.
make another fucking Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo or something.
We need. I'm demanding another Runaway with Tom Selleck and Gene Simmons.
Has anybody redone Iron Eagle? Louis Gossett Jr. Like,
That's what we're demanding. That's what the people want. Runaway and Iron Eagle.
Is Tom
All
Cruise,
three of us.
Is he still young enough to do another Cocktail? Like maybe we could put terrorists in this one.
I need a third Footloose, goddammit.
'Cause I gotta dance.
I just gotta dance. Oh my God, I think this has run its course.
Yeah.
If you were entertained, great, thanks. Like, subscribe, comment all you want. We don't care, especially if you don't like
He
it,
does
because
care.
I like.
Tell us how much we suck. You know?
That's cool. If you want to tell us how much we suck or how much you
Drive
like us,
the algorithm forward.
either or, we just need the views. So thank you all for listening and have a good one.